Constantly worried about something not getting done. Some people call it the type A personality, want everything in order. It's anxiety.
Yeah, you or someone you know likely has it. Anxiety disorders impact nearly 40 million adults in this country. And over the next 3 days, we're talking about what anxiety really is, what triggers it, and how people like mothers, veterans, and young professionals are all finding help. And we also want to hear from you. What's something about anxiety that you feel people don't really know about? You can scan the QR code on your screen, text us your answer. And here is part 1 of our series, Anxiety Nation.
It's okay to not be okay.
It's a chronic thing I have to manage.
Holding those feelings in was one of the better things for me.
Having a therapist isn't you're crazy, it's actually you're brilliant.
Something that I can't change about myself. In fact, it's okay, I've learned to embrace it.
Body tension.
Your heart beating.
I can create scenarios that never even existed.
Clench their jaws, grind their teeth.
It feels like a weight.
It feels like drowning.
Anxiety Nation.
I was a very happy, jovial center of attention, and I liked being around all types of people. I started to social, distance to where I wasn't out. I wasn't as happy as I was. I wouldn't get up in the morning ready to conquer the world. And what I saw was, and my family saw, was a shift in personality.
I didn't do really well around people. In social situations would get very overwhelmed and very panicky and would try to find a way to escape. I have probably felt that way for, again, as long as I've had conscious thought.
Anxiety gives us that arousal, that extra oomph to get things done. Once it starts interfering with our functioning, then it becomes a problem. Many people who have excessive anxiety, they can't function as they would want to.
I fall into that pattern of trying to white knuckle it, so to speak, and get through it, whatever it is, but that hasn't been effective. If anything, it just creates this vicious cycle of spiraling anxiety.
To have a problem would be physically down because of one of my medical conditions, and then my PTSD would come up because I would get upset, or I'd start asking, all the intrusive thoughts come back with, why did this happen? What am I going to do? Because I basically lost my military career after 24 years.
A health task force is now recommending all adults under 65 be screened for anxiety.
Anxiety is associated with a number of other problems, such as substance use disorders or substance misuse. And obviously that's got a cascade of problems. So I think it will only better society and behoove us to be able to screen and treat more people.
Only within the last few years have I really come to know that I have anxiety. I had no idea.
Anxiety disorders fall under 5 major categories: generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, panic disorder, PTSD, and social phobia.
It manifests itself in the physical form 100%. My heart will start beating out of my chest. Even just the feeling of being numb or frozen in time.
Being diagnosed can stir up different emotions.
When I got the diagnosis of PTSD, intermittent explosive disorder, general anxiety, and major depression, I felt like a second-rate human. And it took me several days and the support of my wife and my kids to say, okay, this is where we're at. And for us to get any better, you have to figure out where you're at, take a deep breath, and take your first step.
It was comforting for me, honestly, because again, it did have a label. I also look at it as being a superpower for me. It allows me to think very hypercritical. It allows me to see the big picture.
There was some relief in knowing that, okay, I shouldn't be feeling this way, but I also experienced shame, just, and feelings of unworthiness or weakness.
More than 3 million adults reporting severe symptoms are not in treatment.
A lot of people will say, I'm strong, I can handle it. They're white knuckling it through what they're doing. It doesn't have to be that hard. Life is hard anyway.
I've tried to cope with it behind closed doors. Inhale. One of the biggest steps I've taken in healing and effectively managing my anxiety is the acknowledgement and the acceptance that it's there and that it's a part of who I am.
Every now and then I may not be on the top of my game, and I just need that reciprocity just to understand that there's something going on and just give me the help I need. And I want to grow, I want to foster, I want to regain my family. And whatever that takes.
Tomorrow on To The Point, we are looking at what triggers anxiety. And again, we do want to hear from you. What is something about anxiety that you think people don't know much about? You can scan the QR code on your screen to text us your answer.